following on from where we were in the last video, where we've got the Bullpup together and we've now got to sort out our mechanical system. The absolute truth of it, I could not remember how to set these up. It's been so long since I've made one of these. But yeah, it all came back to me. And there's a very special cable, gas line I have to have, which basically lets you fold it without putting any kinks into the cable. And this is the actual pneumatic tube. It's very, very hard to get. And I can't remember who I got it from, but it's a calibrate tube. It's a very special tube, and it's actually from radio controlled helicopters that use pressurized fuel systems, but it's good to about 300 psi, so it's ideal for what I'm using pneumatically. So here's my gun setup. Here's my fire chamber setup. Let me just move this right clip. Here's all my plumbing in place. Now I got lucky in the case that the first setup I did worked, but there's about 12 different permeations to it, and I'm just lucky that the first one I did worked. So you have your bottle go into your regulator. Now your regulator feeds directly to the fire chamber in here. Yeah, so whatever this pressure is at. So I've got a feeling I was using different SMA freeze valves last time, because I'm sure I was passing the gas through the valve to get to the chamber, which is why I had to rebuild and remachine the valve to get the flow rates that I wanted, right? But it's not the case this time round, so this must be a slightly different way of doing it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to gas this up. When we gas this up, this will be just like an ion. The actual bolt will come back ready to receive the round, to fire the round. Then the bolt goes forward, bosh, 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 fires from an open bolt. Unlike my other mechanical systems that fire from a closed bolt, so the bolt is closed when the gun is ready. When you pull the trigger, the bolt comes back, picks up the round. When you let go of the trigger, the bolt comes forward and fires the shot, right? So, watch this. There you go. Hear that click? That was the bolt coming back. Not that you can probably see it from this angle, but now we're going to hit this. I've got this set up low pressure and I've got a silencer on, so I don't want to upset my neighbours. You've got to think about other people around you, and I'm sure they don't want me going bang, 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 bang first thing in the morning. So we can disconnect this, put my bottle to one side. This I'll be installing today, working out where all my plumbing is going to go in this carrier out. Once I've got that worked out and I'm happy where everything's going, then we can start tidying up and doing all the detail work. So we might even have to do a little bit of milling yet to get the hose to go around corners, but that's 95% there. I don't know if the budget on this build, because I've only charged £200, is going to stretch to anodising. Okay, I've spent more than £200 just in tooling, because obviously I lost so much tooling. So actually I'm going to leave this connected for now, and we're going to put this whole unit to one side, because other stuff I want to show. Right, you lot, in the garage today, following on from the video with the steel. First things first though, Brendy, going to get your frame done. I've just started making the mounts so I can put the SM AV3 in. The gun's sort of plumbed up, but until I get this exact, it's difficult to say where absolutely everything's going to drop, so I need to get this done. We'll get that done today, and then I can finish off the plumbing. In fact, I've got a little bit more milling to do on that carrier, a tiny bit, a little bit of relief. And then the other thing to do today is to, this is for Jamesy up in the islands, hook I but do, tat is a mesh. That's like Scottish with a Cockney accent. Oh dear, they're all jumping up and down now. I'm going to do a Highland charge on my garage. So I'm going to start the scales on this today. Carbon fibre. It'd be nice if we can see through the carbon fibre. to the Damascus underneath. I did try cold wrapping them, but they just look fucking terrible, man. They're disgusting being cold wrapped. I don't even know why I went with the idea of cold wrapping, to tell the truth. Now I kind of realise that, no, I'm not going to cold wrap them. No, it just looks terrible. And I did try it in paracord and in leather thong as well. God, it took me ages to get that thong off them. One of them licorice ones. I hate tapping tiny screws. It's 2.5mm this. And the thing with taps, the smaller they get, the more expensive they get. Well, quality units anyway, right? And they are so easy to snap. But of course, if I snap the tap, can't get it back out, works fuck, got to throw it away, start again, right? So everyone's saying, golly, why aren't you doing that in your machine? Well, something this small, you start it in the machine, so all your taps are parallel, etc. In fact, when you drill the hole, even with, you know, you start drill, then your main drill, then your sizing drill or reamer, depending on how fussy you are, then the tap in the drill truck, you don't even take the work out of the vise for those 3 operations. So it's like 4 operations per hole before we even get to this point of tapping the holes. But what I'm going to do, because this piece of alloy is about 15mm across, we're only actually going to tap about 10mm. Then we're going to turn it over and drill the other 5mm out, bigger than the tap size. Bit of a cheat, but I don't want to risk cocking this piece of work up. Yeah, so despite treating this like I was walking on thin ice, it snapped. But Uncle Gummy, having done this before, he drilled 3 holes. And I've already tapped 2 of them, yeah? Oh yeah. Workshop tips. See you later. Bye bye. Although, another £25 fucking tap up the wall. But maybe it was just an old worn out tap. Maybe I'd had it too long. Right, what we have here, we have 1 screw that goes through from this side, right? What this does is this gives us a certain amount of adjustability. Because of course this trigger doesn't pull straight back. It's got a pin at the top, so it travels through a swing. This is its fulcrum, this is its radius. But, however, my valve doesn't travel through a swing or a radius, it travels in a straight line. So I've had to use the most roundest part of the trigger that rubs against the little button that operates this. Now, in the past, on my other ones, I've actually had the valve so it swings as well, yeah? And that they made for really, really sweet triggers. But, man, this, you don't even know you're pulling this one. And the trigger's still fully adjustable. And what's more is the really cool thing is I've done no modifications to the trigger. So at any time you can slip an iron board in here. And because I've got 1 screw here, and 1 screw here, this will be a grub screw in the end. It also means that the valve's adjustable, so you can play about with it a little bit. It gives you a little bit more swing, a little bit more travel. All the hoses fit in there, and it gives me loads and loads, because I've got to get this bugger in there yet. And this gives me loads of room to do that, somehow. We'll worry about that later. But until later, I'm feeling a bit peckish now. I might go and have some lunch. What I'm going to do first is cut up the carbon pieces for my knife handles. Yeah, that'll do. Then I'm going to go and grab something to eat, and we'll be back later. I'll see you later, buds. I'm sort of cut out a picture. Cut out a picture. It's fucking hairy day, ain't I? Yeah. It's a jolly holiday with Harry. See you later, buds. Bye bye.